also notice this diesel locomotive over here in the yard. That's number 710. The difference between 710 and 630, 630 can go forward or backwards, just like 710 over there. But their visibility going backwards is disrupted because of the large tender behind it. When the railroads began to retire their steam locomotives, they went for diesel-electric power. 710 was built specifically to have visibility going both forward or reverse. That negated the use of a turntable. So when they brought more of those diesel-electric locomotives along, they no longer needed the turntables. They retired the tables. Because of that, in the 1970s, the Southern Railway donated this turntable to us here, and we had the table finally under use starting on July 4th, 1982. Now watch the fall rate of the table that I'm at over here. Once the locomotive is launched, that means it'll be ready to start spinning. It'll drop down about 2 to 3 inches. We are balanced, ready to start spinning. Folks, make sure to say hello to our hard-working guys today. Engineers Zach and fireman Tyler, guys. They're doing the hard work. Now this locomotive that pulls your train today, this is the Southern Railway 630. Built in February 1904 by the American Locomotive Company of Richmond, Virginia as a mainline freight hauling 280 class KS1 consolidation. That means it's got 2 pilot wheels in the front, 8 driving wheels under the boiler, 0 trailing wheels under the cab. Now the way a steam locomotive works, up in the cab, of course, you got your engineer, fireman. Tyler's up there, he's shoveling coal into the firebox. And I was not kidding, this is an authentically coal-fired steam locomotive. That coal is shoveled into the firebox right there, that large gray box underneath the cab. The heat of that fire gets hotter than the surface of the sun sometimes. The heat of that fire goes through the boiler and through the boiler tubes, and that is what heats the water up to make the steam for our locomotive. 630 operates at 190 pounds per square inch. Now, the whole reason why 630 survives today is because in the 1950s, 1952, it was sold to the East Tennessee and Western North Carolina Railroad of Johnson City, Tennessee. In 1968, the Southern Railway would actually reacquire 630 for use in their growing public relations program. 1978, came here to the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum. It was retired in 1989, pending a major overhaul. That overhaul was started in the year 2001. And as you see, it's complete. But we're going to go more in depth about that once we go over to the back shop. Now we're going to line our table up for track number 2 here. So that was a no-hitter. Conductor Matt, that means we did it right. Lined it up, first time, first try. Give it up for him. Boy, he said bullseye, I like that. Here's what's going to happen, friends. We're going to take the locomotive down to the end of track 2. Our passenger train is sitting over on track 1. We're not going to push you back. We're going to pull you back. Matt's going to throw that switch to allow the locomotive to traverse back from track 2 to 1 to reverse into our train, couple up, pull us back to Grand Junction. How about that, folks? It's in turntable 9 half. Alrighty, now before we go anywhere, we're going to take everybody over to the back shop. If you don't want to go, you're more than welcome to head back to the train. But we're going to go across the tracks up here all together. I will lead everybody. We will also be passing by the restrooms. Folks, back shop tour right this way. Follow me.